can't be complacent about our health, and we can't be complacent when the government is spending taxpayers' money on mass medication, and some would even say mass poisoning.
It is quite alarming. It is quite alarming. It is quite alarming to realise that we in Ireland have one of the highest cancer rates in Europe.
Our studies involve comparing the deaths of all persons in the 10 largest fluoridated cities of the United States with the 10 largest non-fluoridated cities in the United States year by year.
Now this, sir, is conclusive evidence that fluor kills because of cancer.
It is one of the most conclusive bits of scientific and biological evidence that I have come across in my 50 years in the field of cancer research.
Any ethical issues?
I'm not aware of any ethical issues.
So who's next to look at? The HSE. They've never done any toxicological assessments on this substance, and they have never done a total dietary fluoride exposure on the population to find out, how much fluoride we're actually getting exposed to. The Irish expert body on fluorides and health. Those supposed experts consist of dentists, management in the Department of Health, ministerial nominees, CEOs at the Health Board, Consumer Association representatives, ethics people. What there's none of, what there's no experts of as far as I'm aware, medical doctors, immunologists, cardiologists, epidemiologists, neurologists, pathologists, paediatricians, pharmacologists, environmental scientists, fisheries experts. And I believe only very recently they put a toxicologist on that panel.
Dental Health Station. Patricia speaking.
Patricia, how are you? Stephen is my name.
Hi.
I'm just wondering, do you look after the expert body on fluorides and health, Patricia?
With the Secretariat for the expert body, yeah.
Ah, Secretariat. Oh, grand. Yeah, I think that's what I'm looking for. I'm just looking on the just had a query in relation to it. I'm just on the website here for the expert body. Okay. I'm just reading part 12 here. It just says who regulates drinking water additives in Ireland. The HSE is ultimately responsible for the fluoridation of water supplies. However, as the overall functions of sourcing, treatment and distribution of water for drinking rest with the water services authorities, county and city councils, these bodies undertake fluoridation on an agency basis. I'm just wondering the actual, I suppose, the definition of the word agency in that sentence, as in, have they full liability as with any claims that might arise due to adverse health effects, I suppose, or ethical issues, stuff like that?
Would that rest with the agency?
Exactly.
Well, I suppose it would depend on what the issue is, I suppose.
I'm just looking at another thing here, you might be able to help me with it.
Yeah.
It's it just says it's an EU regulation, EC 1907-2006. It just says EU REACH regulations for registration, evaluation, authorisation and restriction of chemicals. Member states and end users of chemicals, which I understand includes local authorities, are required to undertake risk assessments of the use of chemicals and to quantify the human health and environmental risk of exposure to chemicals. Where toxicological information is lacking, end users can seek additional toxicological assessments, and if the information is not available, they are required to comply with the precautionary principle. And that's in relation to end users, and end user, I presume, would be the county council, city council as an agency.
Yeah.
Okay, so I suppose under them EU regulations there, it is saying that the county council or the end user
they have to comply with them.
So therefore they may be liable in that sense, would they?
Yeah,
okay.
I would think so, yeah.
Clinical medical studies had shown
that a percentage of the population are intolerant to fluoride, and it could be anything between 1 and 5% of the population. Neurological problems, cardiovascular problems, dermatological problems. Osteoporosis, for instance, is documented scientifically, medically to be linked to fluoride, and that includes chronic musculoskeletal pain, and we have one of the highest levels of chronic musculoskeletal pain in the world.
Hello, how are you doing? I'd like to highlight an issue, please.
Yeah, what is it?
Sorry, is this Siobhan?
It is, yeah.
Siobhan, how are you doing? Siobhan, you're still the series producer on Liveline.
I am indeed. I can't go through with you in 2 minutes here about editorial decisions of Liveline.
You can give me an idea of how we can...
different editorial decisions with different reasons why we cover different things on any given day.
Siobhan, do you get the
I do have your details. It is in our phone box system here, and I am sure there will be some stage on this programme that I am ringing you back to talk on air.
Siobhan, do you get the final decision on what topics are covered on Liveline?
No, I don't.
So there's someone above you who decides?
Everybody here in this, because every producer on this programme makes a decision on any given day on what things we're going to cover on the programme.
And the series producer will have the final decision, will they?
Well, yes, I would have the final decision. If we are covering the subject, you'll be the first person I ring back.
Okay, well you're aware of the issue now anyway, Siobhan, okay?
I am indeed.
Thanks very much.
Thank you, Stephen.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Hi Pat, we're the only country in Europe to use fluoride in water, and certainly we don't have the best teeth. It would be great to have a debate on it. Many of us don't want mass medication, says Anya. I'd be very happy to host a debate, but we'll do a bit of research on the literature as well, so we're informed before we start the debate. I agree with paying water tax, but I don't want to be forcefully medicated with fluoride. Another one there. Please, government, cease now fluoridating my water.
Shame on ye! RTE! Shame on ye! RTE!
I will support any proposal to scrap this that will come before Cabinet. There's no doubt about that. I'm totally assured of that. Between fluoride and between everything, it's like a cocktail. Like you're drinking a whole of chemicals when you drink them. I never drink water off the tap.